Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Smatter, and I'm a senior manager here at Esomar. Esomar is the global leading voice of the data research and insights industry, and we are proud to present to you a new initiative, which is the Talking Insights podcast. Today, we want to just give you a quick introduction into this exciting new project, and joining me to do so is the host of this new series, Shrikar Govindaraju.
Hi, Kim. Thanks for the introduction. And to everyone who is listening, thank you. Welcome to the show, first of all. And welcome to The Voice that will be talking you through this journey through the world of insights and beyond.
Shrikar, so talk to us a little bit about the philosophy behind Talking Insights and why should the data research and insights community be listening, but perhaps also beyond the data research and insights community, why should anyone be listening to this particular podcast?
Yeah, I mean, the world around us is changing at a really rapid pace. So whether it's in the research sector itself, whether it's in the world of business, the world of technology, even culture and society, we're witnessing a period of really unparalleled growth and development across the planet. And the research sector that Esomar represents works within this and lies at the heart of understanding how and why these developments are going on. So I really feel it's time to bring the research community together with these wider disciplines to get some new insights and new perspectives on the world around us and, of course, the world of the future as well.
So, of course, this podcast is joining a very busy space. So what will your podcast be adding to this existing space that's really unique?
Well, we really feel there hasn't been a podcast today that draws upon the strengths of the research community, not just in terms of looking at research itself, but in its relation to the outside world. So our aim is really to bridge that gap between the really exciting and innovative research that's being carried out and the many sectors that are affected by it that exist beyond as well.
So what are the topics that our listeners can really expect to be hearing, and particularly in the first episodes of Talking Insights?
Yeah, in the first few episodes, we're already tackling some really big hitters. So we're looking at the economy, the future of the economy in the post-COVID world. We're looking at the sociological impacts of lockdowns and social distancing. And beyond that, we're going to be exploring all of the main themes of this day and age. So we're going to be looking at AI, the future of work, the future of our economy, the society, globalization. And of course, we're always open as well to suggestions from our listeners and from members. If they have topics they're interested in, they can always send them to us and we'll be happy to explore them further.
And what is this podcast enabling you to do? So what can those who are familiar with Esomar gain from following this particular podcast format?
Well, doing a podcast on behalf of Esomar allows us to do a few different things. So firstly, we can have conversations with thought leaders and with leading lights in the research world and beyond, instead of reading just an article or reading an opinion piece. And also, it's a much more informal way to learn from these figures. So we don't have to have a formal report or a conference. We can have a conversation. We can really engage. And most of all, we want this to be available anytime, anywhere to those who want to listen to it. So you don't have to be at office. You don't have to be at your computer. You can download this, listen to it offline while you're commuting, or if you're relaxing in your garden on the weekend as well, it's there for you.
So I guess I'm a little bit more curious about the host now. So I'd love for you to kind of tell the rest of the community kind of who you are and what perspective will you particularly be bringing to the show in essence.
Well, and first and foremost, I have to say, hand on heart, I'm not a researcher. I don't get into the technicalities of research myself. I'm a lawyer by education. But one of the things I really picked up during my time at university was I really enjoyed the interdisciplinary nature of certain parts of law. So I studied bioethics, which is where law meets medicine, or whether it's organizational crime, which is where corporate theory meets criminology. And these areas offer really rich exploration and really rich perspectives that you don't get just by looking at any one area in isolation. And that's really what I want to bring to Talking Insights as the host. I really want to take things that seemingly aren't connected and bring them together so we can have new perspectives and new ideas about the world and how we can develop moving forwards.
Well, I'm super excited to see the kind of bridges you're going to be making and the kinds of unexpected connections. Mm-hmm. So, Talking Insights is going to be hopefully the talking shop of for the Esomar community.
So, yeah.
Just so I don't miss an episode, where will I be able to find this podcast?
Yes, the podcast is going to be hosted on Research World, which is Esomar's website that many know. It's dedicated to highlighting the real cutting edge of the research community and really fascinating insights and research projects. You'll also be able to find us on SoundCloud. And in time, we'll also be hosting on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So as many platforms as possible so none of our listeners miss a single thing.
That's fantastic. And of course, they'll be able to hear your charming voice. So,
Yes.
Shukar, just any last thoughts as the host in terms of share before we launch into this new adventure?
Yeah, before we get started, I just want to say in advance a big thank you to anyone who will be listening from the Esomar community and beyond as well, to any of our guests and our thought leaders who will be joining us in the coming weeks and in the future. Of course, all the team at Esomar who have been invaluable in making this happen and bringing us to this point. And yeah, I really just can't wait to be hosting these conversations, learning along the way, and hopefully helping the community learn some new things as well. And I think on that note, we should also cue the theme song.